and pharmaceutical sales company.
All right, so stop
Um,
right there for a second because
yep.
we like to see the transition from
Yes.
the paycheck to the business. So, did you save up
Yep.
money, or did you just get fed up one day and walk out? How did you transition to that first business?
So the first business, actually with a multi-level marketing company, and that was just right after I lost my job at the CDC. I happened to get a phone call from a friend that told me about it. And typically, I would say that was not my where I would have thought to go. I know that there's a lot of opinions there about multi-level marketing
Yeah, I don't have
and
any
direct
good
sales
ones yet.
companies. I understand that, and but this particular company, the way that they were doing it was different because it was more like a franchise. You did not have to purchase any product and try to sell it yourself. They basically drop shipped the product for you, so you were more of an ambassador for the product. And because I kind of worked just through college and stuff in skincare, and I'd always been a fan of the beauty industry, I thought, okay, this may be something for me to at least do until I figure out my next steps.
But were you getting unemployment or something from getting canned from the CDC, or did you have any kind of
Um,
money
I
coming in?
I had a severance. I did have a
Oh,
severance
okay.
package for a short period of time. But then I decided that, I would pull up my bootstraps and, start to make money for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I did with that skincare company, for a while. I was, making good money and kind of, you know, I was good at it because I was very honest with people. I'm not your
And you
typical
have nice skin.
salesperson. Yeah,
It's
well, I
always good to
try.
be a
That's
poster girl for the product. Yeah.
It's very true. I started using the product and my skin looked amazing. And I actually believed in the product because they came from dermatologists rather than your typical just like business person that was trying to
Mm-hmm.
come up with a direct sales company just to have something to do and to make money. So I did believe in the product, and I enjoyed talking to people about it. And I enjoyed, for me, it was more of I was selling a service of helping them with their skin versus, just trying to sell them products.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so I was good at it, and I enjoyed it. And because of that, my ex was,
Now, was he working and bringing in money too, so you could still eat and pay your bills during this period?
uh, yes, but I was paying my own bills too.
Okay.
We were 50-50 on everything. And so, that's one thing that I've always helped to pay my own way.
Nice.
And yeah, and so I was still paying for, my half of everything. And I was actually working, in medical sales, like pharmaceutical sales. I
Mm-hmm.
had gotten him into that industry through my own connections, got him a job, a great job in that industry, and realized that what he was doing, we could actually do kind of on our own. And so we started our own sister companies that did exactly kind of what he was doing, but for somebody else. So I owned one of the companies. It was not something I was passionate about. We were selling pharmaceutical products, and I basically, took over that because he had one very large account that he couldn't handle himself. And so that's what I'm good at, is coming in and setting up, systems and talking to people and keeping those accounts going,
Now, when you
and
say
really.
pharmaceutical products, are you talking about pills or medical devices or what?
We had a little bit of medical devices, but mostly we were doing the type of pharmaceuticals that are made specifically for a customer. So it's not like we were just selling, pills that were pre-made. We were selling things that were coming from pharmacies that were hormones or like vitamins and things like that were injectables
Mm-hmm.
mostly, that were specific for those customers.
Now, do you have to have any kind of special insurance for that? Because when people tell me they want to sell supplements and anything, I kind of makes me worried that anything that's ingestible could lead to some big lawsuits if something goes wrong and claims that they were hurt by it. So, did you have to have any special insurance for that kind of business?
We did to an extent, absolutely. I always say, it's better to CYA in those
Mm-hmm.
situations. But because our products were coming from pharmacies, the pharmacies actually held the
Oh,
liability.
okay.
So we weren't making the products; we were the in between that were helping the pharmacies sell their products to the end users.
Yeah, I just wondered because, sometimes people just sue everybody involved.